the rise in inflation prompting some concerns the Reserve Bank could lift interest rates again.
The cost of living in the United States continues to rise, making it increasingly difficult for the average American family to make ends meet. Despite working hard and trying to save money, many families are struggling financially and facing challenges when it comes to affording basic necessities. In this video, we'll explore 15 things that are getting so expensive that the average American family can't afford them anymore, such as having babies. More than 90% of American families use disposable diapers, yet at least 1/3 struggle to afford them. The cost of raising a child to age 18 in the U.S. is $240,000, with childcare costs averaging between $9,000 to $9,600 annually. This is unaffordable for 63% of full-time working parents in the country, and Karen Guzzo, a professor of sociology, notes that the expense of raising a child in today's society makes having kids a privilege. Prices are expected to rise in 2023, making it even harder for parents to afford them. A pack of 28 diapers at Stop & Shop currently sells for $10, without including wipes, and they go for $15.99 per case. Stocking up on food. Credit Karma's recent research shows that food stockpiling has reversed in the past 2 years, with many households finding it difficult to stock up on pantry staples due to financial constraints. Even households with incomes above $100,000 are experiencing financial difficulties, with 65% living paycheck to paycheck and 29% struggling to cope with the increasing cost of food. The ongoing economic recession is exacerbating the problem, with 34% of those. Buying a home. The American dream of owning a home is becoming increasingly elusive, as soaring home prices and rising interest rates are pricing out average wage earners in more than 75% of U.S. counties. Research shows that in cities like New York and San Francisco, residents must spend more than 100% of their income on housing costs, while renters are also struggling to make ends meet. Unfortunately, the affordable housing problem is expected to worsen in the coming years, with a wave of evictions expected in 2023. This means that many hardworking people are at risk of becoming homeless. The problem is likely to persist for some time. Groceries. The recent announcement of double-digit price increases on grocery products by major food companies highlights a worrying trend of rising inflation. A recent Gallup survey revealed that 56% of Americans are facing financial difficulties due to these price increases, with both low and middle-income families feeling the impact. The survey also showed a worrying trend of rising financial hardship among those affected. It's likely that these numbers will continue to rise, posing further challenges for many households. Retirement savings. Gallup data shows that a growing number of middle-class employees are facing difficulties saving for their retirement. 59% of respondents stated that they do not save for retirement due to their current financial situation, and 20% have no retirement savings at all. 61% of respondents expressed concerns about not having enough money to retire comfortably. These statistics reveal the looming retirement crisis and the need for innovative solutions to help middle-class workers secure their financial futures. Travel. Many families won't be able to afford travel this year due to strained budgets and rising unemployment rates. Approximately 33 million U.S. families are expected to skip winter travel due to financial constraints, according to the Hopper Travel Survey. Interest rate hikes are adding to households' financial pressure, and U.S. consumers spending billions of dollars on extra charges. This makes it difficult for families to travel even after the holiday season. Vacations. During vacation, average Americans face a financial and logistical predicament. In 2019, parents reported an average spend of $958 per child on summer expenses, which increased to almost $2,000 last year. Families unable to afford camps or summer programs often resort to cobbled-together care from family or friends, or are left with no choice but to leave their children home alone. According to Make It Work, the summer break highlights the childcare crisis. The current system fails to account for working parents. Eating out. Matt Schultz, chief credit analyst at LendingTree, notes that dining out has become a luxury due to inflation. Recent survey found that 85% of Americans have adjusted their approach to dining out due to inflation in 2022. The impact of inflation on dining out is most significant for parents with children under 18, individuals earning between $50,000 and $74,999 annually, and those in Generation X. This is in line with a recent report by New York Life, which found that 45% of families plan to dine out less due to the rising cost of living. Emergency funds. Maintaining economic stability requires a robust financial safety net. But unfortunately, as living costs continue to rise, fewer middle-class employees are able to set aside funds for emergencies. Disturbingly, only 1 in 7 middle-class families has at least 6 months' worth of emergency savings, according to Bankrate survey, while a quarter of respondents reported having no emergency savings at all. The remaining families had only minimal to moderate savings, which would not be sufficient to cover 6 months' worth of expenses. According to the Energy Information Administration (EIA) report, utility bills are expected to increase by 33% in several U.S. states this year. 39% of households paid their bills late in the previous quarter, with 61% citing insufficient funds. 1 in 5 households has indicated that they will have to sacrifice basic necessities such as food and medicine to pay for their energy bills this winter. Additionally, more than 10% of households are expected to endure unhealthy or unsafe temperatures in their homes during the winter. The EIA warns that urgent action is necessary to prevent an increasingly grim situation from deteriorating further. Payment of debts. Recent studies have shown that the middle class in the U.S. are struggling with a growing burden of debt, including credit card balances, student loans, mortgages, auto loans, and medical bills. This debt is outpacing income growth, putting many families in financial distress. A recent Forbes Advisor and One Poll survey indicated that 75% of Americans have missed credit card payments since September 2022, with 43% missing or paying late due to needing money for essentials, 27% unable to pay due to unexpected expenses. Interest rates are also a source of frustration for 40% of cardholders. Planning to stock up on food, admitting they may need to take on debt or dip into their retirement savings. Education. The rising cost of education has placed a significant burden on the American middle class, with the average student loan debt now standing at $39,351. This figure represents a staggering 97% increase from 2010 to 2020. Consequently, middle-class households are finding it increasingly challenging to secure loan approvals. Tragically, this financial strain has led to a bleak reality, as millions of middle-class children are unable to attain the same level of prosperity as their parents. Automobiles. The middle class in the United States may have a hard time purchasing a new car or truck in 2022 due to soaring gas prices. The average price of a new vehicle has surged to an astounding $48,182, compounded by high borrowing rates, making it difficult for most middle-class employees who earn an average of $43,350 per year, or around $130,000 for a family of 2 working adults, to afford it. According to Mike Cant't, managing editor at Interest.com, a car costing between $30,000 and $40,000 should not consume a significant portion of your salary, even if you cannot afford the monthly payment. Medical care. Access to affordable medical care is a basic necessity, but it's often out of reach for many middle-class Americans. According to Forbes, individuals employed in major corporations are paying premiums, co-payments, deductibles, and other forms of co-insurance that add up to more than $5,000. Feeding America's research showed that 66% of families had to choose between purchasing food or medical care, while 31% had to make that difficult decision every month. These statistics highlight the financial strain that medical care can place on middle-class families. The social cost of living. The current state of living in America is fraught with challenges such as high inflation and frequent increases in food, energy, and housing prices. 71% of Americans feel their paycheck is not keeping up with inflation, while 29% expect to struggle to make ends meet this winter. 50% of workers earning over $100,000 have little to no money remaining at the end of the month. The current economic landscape is marked by financial bubbles, business shutdowns, layoffs, and an economic downturn that is projected to be the worst since the 2008 financial crisis. It is important to prepare for a bumpy road ahead. Well, do you agree with the signs discussed in the video? Have you personally experienced any of them? We encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content like this. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, stay informed, and take control of your financial future.